it will be undisputed. It will be undisputable, the question of what has Dr. Umar done for African people. I would argue it's undisputable now with what I've done for children, with what I've done for Black parents, okay, with what I've done to educate and expose special ed and ADHD and psychiatric meds, all the children I've saved, hundreds of thousands of them over my 21-year career. It's already undisputable for me. But working in the field of psychology, everything you do is confidential. So I can't put a parent on here and say, tell them how I saved your son from being called retarded. I can't put a kid on here and say, tell them how Dr. Umar saved you from being on Ritalin and Adderall and Concerta or going to that psychiatric placement. It's confidential. It's a total breach of the law and ethics. So my work is done in the dark. It's like Harriet Tubman in the Underground Railroad. It's done in the dark. She can't bring those enslaved Africans and say, tell them how I helped you get away from slavery. She can't do it because she's a fugitive herself, you see. So some people would try to dispute that mark. I don't think it's disputable, though, because there's millions of testimonies. I get them every day for how I save parents, individuals, children, and the like. But once you have a school, everybody can see it. You see, there is no more debate. It's over now, you see. And so I think the issue is twofold. It's the jealousy and the envy. They don't want me to succeed. But it also is a threat or concern that when he does this, the entire Black community is going to look at the rest of us. The entire Black community is going to look at the rest of us, and they're going to say, if Dr. Umar can do this, as busy as he is, doing all he does with all his travel and all his lectures, he still was able to give us a school, 2 schools, by the way. We have 2 of them. The Honorable Marcus Garvey Elementary School, which is right across the street from the Honorable Frederick Douglass High School. If he could give us 2 schools in 7 years, starting without a penny, first donation spring of 2014, what are you going to build? He gave us a school now. What are you? Because we tired of the DVDs. We tired of the documentaries. We tired of the books. We tired of the debates. We tired of the YouTube videos. We tired of the summer festivals. We need tangible solutions. And the best solution that you can ever give a people is an institution. The best solution you can ever give a people is an independent institution. So when this happens, it automatically raises the bar for everybody else. You see, it's like take a Chris Paul to give you a quick NBA analysis. He's been in the league 16 years, 18 years, never won. If he wins the NBA championship this year, and he's not on the super team, and he's leading a group of young players, if Chris Paul can knock off LeBron James and Anthony Davis, you see, if he can knock off Kawhi Leonard and Paul George without a super team, he's knocking off super teams.
Right.
You see, he's an old player, veteran player, knocking off super teams. If he wins that title, it automatically raises the bar for other great players. And now everybody's going to say, you don't need a super team to win. Stop saying you need a super team because Chris Paul won without a super team. You understand? So whenever somebody accomplishes something that other people haven't accomplished, it raises the bar. And the best way to keep Black people from expecting these other conscious personalities from doing anything is to make sure Dr. Umar doesn't achieve his dream. We want to stay down here. We want to stay on YouTube. We want to stay making money at the events. That's where we at. We don't want people coming to me talking about, put the documentary down, we want an institution. Put the book down, we want an institution. Put the shea butter and green smoothie down, where's the bank? Where's the supermarket? Where's the shipping industry? Where's the hospital? Where's the farm? You understand? They don't want that responsibility. What I'm doing takes responsibility. What I'm doing takes all my time. FDMG takes all my time. I was supposed to be down at the school today to get some more work done, but I was tired. I said I need to get a break. So then I got to go back down there tomorrow. It takes all my time. I'm down there 15, 20 hours a day. It's no easy undertaking. You have to love the children. You have to love the people. You have to love the mission in order to do what I do. So to simply answer your question, it will set me more apart than I already am within the Black conscious movement. And that's why they don't want it to succeed.
And saying that, I have to ask this question. Did it hurt you? Did it make you say, wow, do my people not understand? Because I know you see the hate. We talked about it off air and on air. You know, we talked about how, you know, the bullseye is on your back, and as many people who appreciate and applaud and love you, many of them, and I talked to them over the break, man, over I let people know you were coming on, and they were like, hey, man, thanks for bringing the brother on. And I said, let people know he's going to be on. Nah, man, I can't do that. Or, you know, people were scared. They were afraid because the anti-Umars had become so boisterous, or boisterous, if you will.
Yeah.
And I asked the anti-Umars, well, why don't you like the brother? Why don't you cut for the brother? Because I don't want you to become a casualty of cancel culture that's not based in reality, that's based in a figment of imagination and hate.
I'll never be a part of cancel culture. I'm too relevant. I am too relevant. There's no other Dr. Umar in the United States of America. And I'm being honest. It's just like the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey. W.E.B. Du Bois tried to cancel the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey. A. Philip Randolph tried to cancel the Honorable Marcus Messiah Garvey. The black communists, the black socialists, the NAACP, all these black people wanted to cancel the most honorable Marcus Garvey. You know why they couldn't? Garvey was doing something no other black leader was doing. You can't cancel somebody who's that essential to the progress of the people. Cancel me and replace me with who? Replace me with who? Give me the one person who can do what I do and do it the way I do it. Who's the other certified school psychologist in the conscious community? Who's the other expert on mental health and intelligence in the black community for black children? Psychological assessments and psychometrics. Who can do that? None of them. You can't cancel me. I'm too relevant. And see, the other issue that they fail to realize, my support base is not the conscious community. My support base is the global African family. You can't cancel me. Look, I don't have a YouTube page, brother. I do not have a YouTube page. But I have more videos on YouTube than anybody in the world, still living. No black scholar has more videos on YouTube than Dr. Umar, but I don't have a page. Do you know what that means? That means the people love me so much that every time I speak, they consider it to be so important that they upload it on their own. How does a man without a YouTube page control YouTube? Woo. That's the power of Ifatunde. They can't touch me, brother. I don't care if I'm in Texas, I'm number one. If I'm in New York, I'm in number one. If I'm in Nigeria, I'm number one. If I'm in London, I'm number one. I'm the new Marcus Garvey. They can't do nothing with me. They couldn't touch him, and they can't touch me. They couldn't touch him, and they can't touch me, brother. I'm irreplaceable. Listen, if somebody's child is at risk for being expelled from school, who they gonna call? If somebody's child is being evaluated for autism, who they gonna call? If somebody's child is being caught retarded, who they gonna call? Who they gonna call? They gonna call me. You can't cancel me. I'm too critical.
Wow.
I'm too critical.
Wow.
I remember when I first started raising money, as you just spoke to, the conscious community said, well, we're going to cancel him for this and for this and for that. He don't have no degrees, and he ain't really a psychologist, and he ain't related to Frederick Douglass, and all these lies. But they couldn't do it because my power base is not the YouTubian universe. That's not my power base.
Wow.
Everyday black people love and support Dr. Umar, brother. They can't do nothing with me. Even the celebrities are amazed. They like, this dude get more love. I'm walking through the airport and there's celebrities in there. And guess what the people do? Guess what? They'll leave the celebrity
and come to you.
$multi-million artists. They'll leave them and come to Dr. Umar. And now all the white folks are saying, excuse me, what do you do for a living? Are you an athlete? Are you an entertainer? Nah, sweetheart, I'm a scholar and a revolutionary. They can't cancel me.
That's powerful.
One of my primary goals with my life and with my movement is I want to be an example to young black children so that they may understand that you can still be a success, you can still be popular, you can still do whatever you want to do without compromising yourself before white people. There's nothing more powerful than when I'm in a restaurant and there's black children in there and all these black people are coming by the table. Can I take a picture? Can I take a picture? Can I take a picture? And now all the white waitresses are looking And everybody who don't know who I am was like, who is this guy that everybody's stopping at his table? He don't look like LeBron James. He don't look like Michael Vick. Who is this guy? And then the children will come over and say, or their parents will say, who are you? I'm Dr. Umar. Are you an athlete, an entertainer? No, I am a scholar and a psychologist. And then my message to the child is, you see how much love I'm getting in this restaurant. I didn't have to use basketball. I didn't have to use football. I didn't have to use gangster rap.
Facts.
You understand? And
Facts.
so what I'm trying to get them to see is everything you want to be, you can be it. But you don't have to be an athlete or entertainer to get there. And you don't have to compromise your principles.
Facts.
You have to sell out your integrity in order to be famous or popular, if that's what you're looking for. I didn't seek to do that. I never knew I would be getting stopped in airports. I never knew that people would be paying for my meals. You know, I was in Atlanta at the Spawn Divots. I ordered $100 worth of food, and the waitress came over there and said, you don't have to pay. It's been paid for. I said, what do you mean? She said, you see that guy all the way down there? He paid for your meal, and the brother just gave me a black fist. And I get that all the time, all over the world. I'm at the gas station the other day, driving to the Great Blacks and Wax Museum in Maryland, because I had to do a tour. I love to tour children through the Great Blacks and Wax Museum. So I drove down to do a tour for some youth who were visiting from Palm Springs, California. An organization flew me out there last month to speak. And since they were on a Black college tour this week, I said, let me return the favor. Let me come down to Baltimore. So I drove from Philly and did the tour. So I'm at the gas station filling up the gas, and a whole bunch of youth is out there, middle school, high school. And they're like, I think that's Dr. Umar. I think that's him. And then I turned around, and the mother looked in the car, and I said, how you doing, sister? She said, oh, my God, it's Dr. Umar. Once again, the white folks is looking like, who is this guy? You know, and it amazes me, you know, because they're like, who is this dude? You know, we don't recognize him, but everybody knows him, you know. So, again, I try to use that to motivate children to understand you don't have to be a rapper or athlete to get that level of love. Support. You don't have to be a rapper or athlete to get that level of community cachet, if you will. Find something you love that's going to benefit the race and give your whole life to it, and the rest will take care of itself. See, my story, I knew what I would be doing with my life before I left elementary school. In third grade, I wanted to be a psychologist. I knew it by name. In third, at what, 8 years old, you knew. I'm already telling people I'm going to be a psychologist. 9 and 10 years old, I was introduced to Black consciousness through Black history class at Meade Elementary School in North Philly. Okay. 6th grade is when I went to my first family reunion and learned I was related to Frederick Douglass. So before I left elementary school, the psychology was there, the consciousness was there, the awareness of my connection to Frederick Douglass was there. The rest was just history. You see, so I didn't come to consciousness because I got locked up, or I came to consciousness because I got disenchanted with white Christianity. I didn't come to consciousness because the white man disinvited me from his table. You understand? A lot of us come to consciousness as a reaction to. We come to consciousness as a reaction to something else. We were unsuccessful selling the dope, or we was unsuccessful, you know, hustling the credit cards, or, you know, we got tired of the religion we was in. I didn't come as a reaction. I'm organic. Black consciousness was in me in elementary school, and I just stayed with it. So when people say I just came into consciousness, I understand it psychologically, but I also embrace the blessing in that I came to consciousness as a 9-year-old, and I'm now in my 40s, and I'm still pushing. It don't stop for me. This is who I am. You know? And then people ask me, well, what do you do when you're not, you know, in the Dr. Umar? What do you do? I said, there is no separation. There is no separation. The job don't end. There's no show me the non-conscious Dr. Umar. It ain't no such thing as the non-conscious Dr. Umar. This is me. I'm real. And I would say the reason I get the love that I get is because I'm real. And I would also argue this too, brother. I don't know if it's the degrees or the oratorical skill, you know, the expertise that they're mostly jealous of. I think it's the love of the people. I think it's if you say, what's the main reason they jealous of you? The number one, it's the love of the people. Let me give you an example. 10-10-15, Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan had the Million Man March reunion in DC.
Right.
October 10th, 2015, which is the anniversary date of the hanging of Gabriel Prosser, who led the slave revolt in Richmond, Virginia. He was hanged October 10th. Nat Turner was hanged 11/11. But anyway, I go down there with two of my homies. True story. This is when I learned who I was to the people. This is 2015. We get on the mall. I'm just walking, chilling. Next thing you know, can I take a picture? Can I take a picture? Can I take a picture? Next thing you know, I look up. It's a line of 50 people. Some of the brothers from the Nation of Islam came over. They was like, Doc, we know who you is, bro, but this is the minister's time. You got a whole line out here, brother. This is the minister's event. I said, listen, bro, no disrespect, but I'm for the people. If the people want to take a picture, they going to take a picture. We outside. We on the mall in D.C. Nobody own this. Total respect to Minister Farrakhan. I listened to the speech and everything. But some of them, not all, just a few, took issue with the fact that Umar Johnson had this whole sea of people. I didn't say a word to nobody or nothing. Brother, from the time we got there until the time we left, I took pictures nonstop. Now, most of your other conscious heads were down there. I saw them looking around the trees, hiding, ducking behind the car, trying to see. Listen. Some of them had some people, trying to holler at them, take a picture. Nobody had what I had, brother. Ask anybody who was there. I had a line of 100, then another line of 100, then another line of 100. And I'm looking at all your conscious leaders, right? Looking at me. They're in the cut, just studying me. And you can see it on their face. Like, damn, he the one. You can see it on their face. They just threw the towel in. You're the one. None of them got the love I got. They was all there. Nobody had a line of 100 people waiting to take a picture. And when I left that day, that's when I knew I was next up. That's when I knew it. I never experienced that type of love with that intensity. And mind you, everybody's there from all over the country. Everybody's there.
Right.
And everybody wanted a picture with Dr. Umar Johnson. That is one of the most significant dates in my life, 10/10/15, because that is when I was already popular. I was already selling out all the events. Right. But to walk in a place unannounced, nobody know you coming, and to get Minister Farrakhan was done his speech. The event was over. Everybody's leaving, and I still got a line of 100 people. And all your conscious heads are still looking, like, look at this guy. And that's when I knew who I was to Black people. And I don't say that from a place of arrogance. I say it from a place of obligation. Because, see, for me, the more love I get, the more responsibility I have. See, for me, it's not a celebrity thing. And I got to get people to understand that, because, to be honest with you, good brother, the celebrity part takes away from the conscious part. It takes away. Because people reduce you to pictures and interviews, like rappers and actors. They don't understand that when he get off this Breakfast Club set, he got 25 parents he got to save that day. You understand? After he leave Dallas, Texas, he got to fly back to Wilmington, Delaware, and keep looking at these Black contractors who keep trying to get over on us. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's work. And even with the women I've dated, the women don't get it. They think they're there to be cute. I don't need a woman standing next to me that look good. I'm not no rapper. You gonna be with me, you gonna work your ass off, girl. This ain't no damn, yes, brother. Yes. The women just want to look cute. They don't realize you got to do work here. I don't need nobody to show up with me at events. You know how many women is at my events? What I need you by my side for that? No, I need a worker. And if you're not a worker, whether you're a man or a woman, I can't do nothing with you.
You've said this on numerous occasions, and I really want to go here because our people need to begin to understand this. You talk about how many of us want to fall into the celebrity activism and just take pictures and just be seen on the scene and just get Instagram likes and follows and stuff like this. But when it comes down to the work, people disappear. They scatter like roaches.
Oh, they disappear.
And I really want you to etch into the minds the psychology of that, because you go through this on a day-to-day level. You have people hit you up. Hey, Doc, I want to do this. Why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? I know this person that can do this, that can do that, that can do this. And then when it comes time to actually do the work, they disappear.
Oh, my
God. They ain't nowhere to be found.
That has been the story of the renovations of the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy. That has been the story of the renovations of the Frederick Douglass. You know how many people say, Doc, I can help you do this. I'm a licensed electrician. I've had two people actually volunteer and be serious about volunteering when it came to the renovation of the building.
Hold on, Doc. Hold on, wait a minute. Doc, I know you a long time, man. Come on, man.
Two. Yeah, our people don't do work, even in the organizations, brother. They come around for the social events. They love the social events. And by the way, speaking of social events, I want to let all my Texas supporters know that we will be having the first annual FDMG block party on September 11th, 9/11, which is Ethiopian New Year. September 11th, 2021. Come on out, 11 a.m. until 8 p.m. 11 a.m. until 8 p.m. We will be at the school, Wilmington, Delaware, 22 minutes drive from the Philadelphia International Airport. You know, Delaware is Philadelphia's backyard. So come on out. It's going to be food, music, games, giveaways, T-shirts, performers. It's very child-centered. So make sure you bring your children. This is all about the youth. Okay. There will be vendors too, and we'll have that information out soon. But we're doing this to honor the people who stood by us. Even though the schools are not ready yet, we still want to do the block party to honor the people who stood by us. So I'm hoping my Texas family finds a way to get to Wilmington, Delaware on Saturday, September the 11th. But to give you an example, everybody will want to be there and be a part of that. Right. But not everybody want to be at the National Independent Black Parent Association